We have been, many of us, in the business of leadership development for a long time, and we know that expectations for our leaders are big. And I would make the case they're getting bigger. The environment makes that challenge even more challenging because of the current context within which we're working and trying to lead today. And my suggestion to you is that leadership and management training strategies can only take our leaders so far. Leadership coaching can help, and that's what I hope we will talk about today. I want to know from your point of view, and of course I've got some thoughts on this, what's changed? What's going on in our current context that is making leadership coaching even more of interest?
Colin points out that it's not a matter of needing content or not having the appropriate content available. What's really needed is the transition from know-how to doing application.
Yeah, really great point, Colin. We've been doing leadership development, most of us, I'll speak for myself, my whole careers.
Hi, Jane. This is Mary. I'm curious about how did you go about setting up your criteria for, how did you come up with a 6-month investment for high potentials? You talked about having criteria for how you match and that type of stuff. How did you determine your criteria?
Thanks, Mary. Great question. I did a lot of research on best practices, and I was really fortunate. I was in the Georgetown coaching program for about 10 months, so I had all these coaches around me. So I seized the moment and tap into them. Now, only a few of them were running internal coaching programs. That was harder to find out. But Johnson & Johnson was one example. So I reached out to my coaching colleagues and said, what are you doing? What's best practice? I'm also connected to some independent coaching firms that were willing to talk to me and partner with me and share.
At Goodyear, we do the same thing. We only have 3 internally certified coaches, and we do say it's for first and mid. And so we stay away from the executive level, but we also do use better up coaches who are all certified for our programs. Those are a little bit longer, but for onesie, twosie requests from our succession plan or talent discussions, we have some internal coaches who can usually take on 2 or 3 coaches at any given time.
For the coaches that are, so you have internal folks that are certified as coaches, and then do they agree to take on a certain number of clients, internal clients?
And so, to answer your question, how many? I started with a very small window. I said, let's just start. I can take on 3 to 4 coachees in a 6-month window, and I will only take people who are recommended from my executive team and are excited and willing to do it. So I've got criteria, and then I've been able to expand it a little bit, but still have to manage it just because of volume management.
We did a ton of research looking into what new managers really want and need and what's been most effective for them, and developed an approach and a program that is more kind of pre-coaching, I would describe it as, to really bring people together for peer-based learning, guided by a coach, combining a lot of mentoring with coaching to kind of get people there. So getting people ready to go deeper often requires getting them to some of the quick wins, which is what that Tomas referenced. And it's been powerful. It's been really effective. So as a way to scale and be far more cost effective too, and then get those who want to take the next step to self-identify. But in both cases, we found that you really want people to have some element of opting in. So whether they're tapped as a high potential, you still want to offer it to them, or if you're trying to reach people beyond high potentials, to let them self-select rather than pushing them into it. And then into our program and then into subsequent coaching, both become really driven by a powerful element of the self-selection, which means you're getting the people with some willingness to grow, empathy, self-awareness, the things that are really necessary for very rapid and powerful growth.